Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here today, my name's Rachel and I'm a musician. Apologies for the lighting, I've got quite bright spring sunlight coming in, which is really nice, but it's like always looking a bit strange reflecting off me, so apologies for that, I can't do much about that. But in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is listening to Denmark's song for Eurovision. It's the winner of the Dansk Melody Grand Prix, and I'll be listening to this for the first time, giving a bit of musical analysis, commentary, and a score out of 10 at the end, so please stay tuned and I'll be kind of going through all that as we go on. So the winner of DMGP was Søren Torpegaard Lund with Før Vi Går Hjem. Does that make sense? Hopefully I've said that properly. It looks like we're getting a Danish language entry for the first time in a long time, which is really nice. I'm excited. I believe the last time was probably 2021, was it? Which, yeah, that song grew on me at the time anyway. So yeah, I'm excited to hear this one. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of this one, and consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. I make plenty of content just like this where I kind of react to songs from national finals and then full reactions of songs that have won the national final. So there's a couple of playlists on my channel page you can check out. So I think we'll just get straight into this. I'm excited to see what's going on here with Denmark. Right, Danish. Ooh, quiet synths in the background. Yeah, it's got a Scandi vibe already with the way the synths have been designed. I like it. His voice is really great, really strong. I like the vocal moving with the chords here. Gosh, he's good live. It's quite impactful. Okay, we're building. I'm going to stop there and just give initial thoughts on this. Yeah, so far I think the vocals are probably the strongest part of this, just because it's very flexible and fluid in the way that he's singing. Really kind of good vocal agility in the way he can just sort of sing quite high and controlled, but then also kind of do these more contemporary style movements on the stage, and also kind of showcase some of the lower notes. So there is a lot of flexibility in there and range, which I think is really strong. Production as well seems quite forward thinking in places. It definitely has that fingerprint of the Scandinavian EDM, you know, Loreen type of music, but also kind of Swedish house mafia. It has that kind of flavour to it, which I quite like. It's familiar, it's cool. I like this so far. I want to see how it develops because they're teasing ideas, but they've not kind of gone fully out there with a chorus potentially or a hook line. So let's see what they kind of give to us. But at the moment, they've been kind of building, keeping attention. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, so far so good. Very punchy. Nice synths in the background, fast moving. In the breaks where he's not singing, they fill it with nice musical detail, which is really important. Ooh, very kind of earthy synths, bass lines in there. Yeah, really good choreography, completely in sync with the music. Outfit reveal. All backing vocals are really nice here. Supporting everything. Oh, they've developed the melody line there. Oh, wow. Good notes up there. A little bit of struggle at the top. but a good effort. I like the strings playing as well, creating so much momentum. It's building up. This choreography is so good. That's quite cleverly done. Yeah, impressive, but not over the top. Really, really sneaky and smart ideas in there. Really impressive. I quite like that. There's a lot to unpack in there because they never really delivered a hook line or a chorus that was immediately noticeable. It was that segment they first put the beginning quietly in there, and then each time it came back, it got stronger. Musical ideas were developed on top. The backing vocals came in, took over the melody line, and then he developed his vocals on top of that, able to showcase higher notes, kind of sustaining notes on top. And then they had this sort of almost psycho-like strings in the background, just kind of playing on each beat of the bar, but really, really creating a bit of tension in there. So really cleverly done. And then I think kind of what was fluid throughout that, apart from the vocal performance, was the choreography, because that just was perfectly set up against the music, where each movement and each development and progression in the choreography, how the staging sort of went from the start to the finish, flowed so nicely with the music, and it felt very natural. It felt like the moves just naturally blended in with what he was singing, how the music was getting more intense. Really, really well done. It was very artistic, definitely sort of more of a visual thing. I think there's some elements of the music, it was really impressive how it built and it was developed and it kind of escalated, but they kind of focused on that one sole idea. So I think there was like something just missing a little bit, where the music was quite contained to one idea. Really did a great job in actually taking that idea and building on it throughout the 3 minutes. They did an excellent job with that. But I think the original idea just lacked in something where it took me a bit of time to be like, okay, I get this now. I get what they're doing. That isn't something where he has a memorable chorus. It doesn't really have a chorus. It just had kind of like an idea, really. It had an idea and it repeated quite a fair bit, and it got kind of stronger and better as the song progressed. But hook line wise, not really anything in there. But I think all the other elements kind of made up for it. So it's a masterclass in taking a pop song but not making it too paint by numbers, which I thought was good. But yeah, I think there was something a little missing in there, and I can't quite put my finger on it because it was so well done, but I was hungry for more, I think. So that was the only kind of drawback, but actually so impressive. It's all in Danish, amazing stage performance, just like hooks you in on a journey for 3 minutes. You don't kind of get bored of it. Whilst with Cyprus, they kept repeating ideas and it got quite boring very quickly because they didn't kind of build on top of those ideas, and this song did. So yeah, this does stand out. I'm not sure how that's going to do, because I think it's sort of, you have to really pay attention to what's going on in that, but it's quality for what it is. So in that case, I'm going to give that an 8.5 out of 10. I think really, really good. But let me know down below in the comments what you think of this. I'm really interested, because I think this could divide people, but I think overall people will be impressed with this, especially with the vocals and how he was able to kind of perform through the whole time some quite tricky choreography and kind of keep that quality going with the singing. So yeah, really, really good stuff. Let me know what you think. That's what I think, and stay tuned for more. Next, I'm going to be doing Estonia's song from National Final, so I'm excited to hear that one, followed by Latvia and Croatia and Greece. So there's a few I've got to catch up with now. So stay tuned. I'll be kind of planning that amongst the next couple of weeks. And yeah, in the meantime, have a good rest of your day. Bye.